Alex Pereira's UFC middleweight title reign was brought to a screeching halt on Saturday at UFC 287 when he was brutally knocked out in the second round of his MMA rematch with Israel Adesanya. A crazy fight while it lasted. It seemed like Pereira had a lot of momentum coming out of the first round and into the second, and then just in a wild exchange, he gets caught with a huge shot and put out cold, and just like that, loses the belt he just won a few months ago in November. And now you wonder what comes next for him. Adesanya saying post-fight he's not really too keen on a trilogy fight and thinks Pereira is going to move up to 205 pounds. Dana White echoing those sentiments and thinking Pereira is going to go up in weight. So what will happen? We haven't really heard from him much after the fight. Of course, he was transported to hospital after a brutal knockout on his end, the right thing to do for his health, and we'll see what he decides. If he does go up to 205 pounds, he's obviously an immediate factor in there, a lot of strikers in there, a lot of fun fights. Of course, he has a little bit of a backstory with champion Jamal Hill, having Hill beaten his mentor Glover Teixeira to win the title back in January. I don't know if they would do that fight right away, but if Pereira can get past one contender, maybe two, I think he's right there. But if he opts to stay at 185, I personally would love to see them do the MMA trilogy fight with Adesanya. I think the way these two MMA fights have unfolded, there's a lot of intrigue for a third matchup to see what adjustments Pereira would make coming off a finish, just like Adesanya had the opportunity to. And if Pereira wants to stay at 185 and try to beat a contender and earn another title shot, I think a Jared Cannonier would be a great matchup for him. I think obviously striking wise that would work well. Cannonier does have some grappling, but obviously not to the extent of some other contenders, so that would be the fight for me if he stays at 185 and does not get the trilogy fight. If he goes up to 205, just pick your choice of the litter from the top 10. Any of those matchups would work for me. So some big decisions for Alex Pereira to make in the aftermath of his title loss.